Hey guys, what's going on? Thanks for tuning into the channel. So as you can see here, got the Raptor in front of us, and I just wanted to do, I've had this, there's always so much talk about exhaust systems. What exhaust system is best? Which one you guys recommend? Which one's the loudest? Which one's the quietest? Well, I thought it'd be a good time to do a video on the exhaust that I have, which is the Yoshimura RS2 exhaust. It's the full kit. It's not just the slip-on, as you can see. It's super high quality. I've had this on here for a little over 50 hours now, and have had zero issues. It's held up real well. You can see the condition of it. You can utilize the factory heat shield with these. Both factory heat shields are on there, and it's a large pipe, and it's a stepped pipe, so you can see it steps up in size a couple times, which is how a lot of the better exhaust systems are. So you can get a good look at that. It's a little dirty right now because it needs to be cleaned, but I'll tell you, after 50 hours, this muffler is in perfect condition. You can see when I wipe the dust off. I mean, it's just spotless. So that's that. So what we're gonna do is, in a couple minutes here, I'm gonna set this. I got this new GoPro Media Mod case and new tripod. We're gonna set these up on the side of my property. I'm gonna give you a couple sound clips on the exhaust without the spark arrestor and the exhaust with the spark arrestor. So the reason why is, like I said earlier in the video, everybody's always talking about, you know, which one sounds the loudest. It seems that these days nobody really cares about quality. It's just how loud can I make the machine, which, you know, that's good and all. It depends on what you're looking for, I guess. Me personally, I want something that was going to last me a long time, and something that I knew was quality. There's a lot of quality exhaust systems out there, but Yoshimura has been in the game for a long, long time. They build exhaust for street bikes, ATVs, you name it, and the quality is really up there. It's some of the best. So the install when I did this was smooth, no hiccups, fit perfect, mounted right up. Didn't take long at all, and the quality's been good. Like I said, I got a little over 50 hours on it. The exhaust note hasn't changed. I don't believe I need to have it repacked. So you can see here on the opening on the end, right now I have the spark arrestor out. And the reason why it's out, I always run with it in. It's out right now. You can see it right here. But I run with it in because I do ride in state forest and state trust land. And, you know, the park rangers in the state forest or the sheriffs can stop and check you if you have a spark arrestor in, if they really want to. And if you don't, you can get in some trouble. Not to mention, even if I was allowed, I think I'd run the spark arrestor anyway because it just quiets it down a little bit. I don't want it too loud. You know, like I said, some guys just want the loudest pipe they can get, and that's fine, I guess. But keep in mind, guys, when you're thinking like that, off-roading and ATVing in general is a highly criticized and highly targeted sport for the, I don't know what you want to call them. I don't want to get political here, but you know the group of people that I'm referring to. They would like to see no off-roading allowed at all, and, you know, no public land use with ATVs. And when you're out there with the loudest pipe you can get, unless you're on private park, like a off-road park that's you pay to enter every time you go, like, you know, the Badlands come to mind, or, you know, some parks I used to go to when I lived in New York because there's no public land to ride. We used to trailer up to Pennsylvania and go to some parks back in the day, like Paragon and Lost Trails. And you pay, it's private property, you pay to ride there. Then, you know, maybe sound isn't a big issue. But when you're riding on public lands, you're riding out there where a lot of other people are sharing the land with you. Nobody wants to hear your exhaust screaming, and there's no reason for it. Sound doesn't increase performance, so just keep that in mind. You know, I'm not here to criticize anybody, but it's just something to keep in mind. I prefer a nice tone, a nice sound, but not too loud, not to irritate anyone. And I'm conscious also, if I'm going past people, if I'm going through my neighborhood, you know, especially with the Raptor here, you can keep it a nice low RPM and lug it along, and it just purrs quiet, you know, it's not too loud. But when you get on it, and she really roars. So I took the spark arrestor out just because I got back from my last Coral Pink Sand Dunes trip. Was changing the fluids on it in the machine and just doing a little maintenance. Figured, let me pop the spark arrestor out. I haven't done that since I put the exhaust on, just to see what kind of condition it was in. And you know, it doesn't need any cleaning. It's actually really good shape. So I took it for a little test ride with it out, just to kind of hear what it sounds like. And it is a night and day difference in volume. It's way louder. So I figured, let me show you guys the difference between the exhaust with the spark arrestor out and then putting it back in, and how much quieter it is. But yet it's still good, you know, roar, and still good quality sound with the spark arrestor in, which is how I run it usually. If you guys have watched any of my other videos of me riding the Raptor and you hear the exhaust, that's with the spark arrestor in. I've never had it out up until this point. So let me get the tripod set up on the side of the property here. I have enough property on my yard. I have about 1.25 acres. We're going to do a nice little stretch where I'll set the tripod out, give you some sound clips. We'll rev the engine a little bit with it out, with it in, and then we'll accelerate and take off. And you can. All right, guys. So this here is test 1. This is with the spark arrestor out. So I'm going to give you a start up, rev the engine a couple times, and then I'll accelerate. Nothing too crazy, you know, up to second, and then you'll just be able to hear the difference. It's pretty clear. Alright, so spark arrestor in now. So this is test with Yoshimura exhaust with the spark arrestor installed. We're back in the garage. You can see the spark arrestor installed. She sounds good. Plenty loud enough, as you can tell, with the spark arrestor installed. Hopefully the video did it justice. You can hear the differences. It is significantly louder on the bike, I'll tell you that much, with the spark arrestor out. By a huge margin, especially, you know, just revving it in at idle, from idle, you know, revving it up in neutral there, you can hear the difference quite clearly. But I prefer to run with it in. So you can see here with it in, it kind of just makes it a little bit of a smaller opening, and then it goes in and out super easy, and this just goes to the quality. I've seen some other exhaust systems, everybody brags about the quality, but like when you want to take parts out, like a spark arrestor or something like that, you know, the bolts doesn't line up well. The holes all reamed out. You know, it's stuck in there. This comes in and out super smooth. And like I said, I had never taken it out since owning it and having it installed, and, you know, having a little over 50 hours on the exhaust. And I took it out no problem. Just undid the screw and popped right out. It uses a little Allen head, and it is, what size we got, 4mm Allen head. So that's it. Come take the bolt out, pull the core out. I showed you what it looked like when it was out before, and that's it. And then obviously it's gonna make it a lot louder because the opening is bigger. Let me get a tape measure here. I'll show you guys what the difference is in the opening, how it reduces it with the spark arrestor. So with it out, obviously the opening is going to be bigger. I'm not sure what some of the other bigger some of the popular exhausts now, like Rossier, you know, Monster, Empire, those guys are the loudest ones that come to mind. Some of them don't even come with spark arrestors. That's actually what kept me from getting a Rossier exhaust. You know, I know some guys rave about them. They're fairly new to the market in comparison to like Yoshimura or HMF, and I understand the performance of them is pretty good, and the quality seems to be good as well. But they didn't come with they didn't even include a spark arrestor exhaust, so that was a no for me right off the get-go. So I don't know what their openings are, but here without the spark arrestor, it's 2 inches. You're gonna have a 2-inch opening. With the spark arrestor in, you reduce the opening to about, you're looking at about, let me get this straight here, about 1.5 inches. So you're losing about a 1/2 inch opening. With that out, you can see straight through the can down to the pipe, and it's 2 inches straight through all the way. I think some of the other ones, if I recall off the top of my head, are about 2¼ inches, maybe a little 2 1/8, something like that. But that's 2 inch straight through, down to 1.5 inches, you know, opening. That does reduce it quite a bit, and hence the difference in sound. You know, I haven't ridden it significantly with it out, so I couldn't tell you if I felt a performance difference. And to be quite honest, unless you put these things on a dyno, the butt dyno is really a good judge of character with these things. It's hard to feel, you know, 1 horsepower, 2 horsepower, whatever it is you're getting, 1/2 horsepower maybe. Who knows? But that's it. That's my thoughts. Just wanted to give you guys a little honest review of this exhaust system. Is it the best one on the market? I guess that's a matter of opinion. Everybody's got an opinion on what's their favorite. I think a favorite, a lot of times more than not, gets thrown out there when somebody asks what's the best. Well, just because it's your favorite doesn't mean it's the best, because the best really depends on what a particular person is looking for. So for me, the Yoshimura, is it the best? I think so. Are there other ones out there that are going to give more performance? I'm sure 100% without a doubt there is. Are there other exhaust systems that are going to give more performance but the quality isn't as good? Also true. And like I said, when I started building this machine, I wanted quality, reliability, and durability for it to last a long time with minimal maintenance. And that's why I chose the Yoshimura exhaust. And so far, so good. I like the sound. I like the performance I've gotten from it, just coupled with the PC5. I think I am going to do an air intake, but I'm not going to run an open box like the FCI intake is an open box, and that's just a big no for me. Now, there's 2 reasons I have for that. I'll get into that in another video when we actually do an air intake in this, but we're probably going to go with some other type of intake that utilizes the factory box and cover. So maybe just a collar with a bigger air filter. And that, coupled with the PC5 we have in here and the exhaust, will really help it breathe good. And go from there. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was a little bit informative. Help you make a decision maybe on what exhaust you're going to buy. or if maybe you even contemplating getting the Yoshimura exhaust and you're wondering how it would sound with the spark arrestor out versus in, hopefully this video helps you. Like I said, I definitely recommend this exhaust. High quality, fit and finish is superb. Nothing bad to say about it at all. And with most things, even if I really like them, there's one or two nitpicks I have. I haven't had any nitpicks at all with the Yoshimura exhaust. It's been great. It's everything I expected it to be. A good quality sound and not overbearingly loud and obnoxious. So that's the end of this video, guys. Stay tuned for some more content coming up. And thanks for watching. Please smash that like button if you like the video. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We've got a lot of mixed content here on this channel. A lot of everything off-road, from side-by-sides to ATVs to trucks, Jeeps, towing, all kinds of goodness for off-road enthusiasts. So hope you guys enjoyed. We'll stay tuned for the next one and ride safe.